Hi, everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. This glorious Tuesday is Tuesday. Yeah, glorious Tuesday in Hornchurch. If you're new to the channel, right now, you consider subscribing, becoming a member, hitting the bell notification, all that good stuff. It's very, very easy to do. Hope everyone is safe and well. Hope everyone had a lovely Monday. Hope everybody enjoyed the flagship show. It's almost like he's contractually obliged to call it the flagship show, but yeah, Stelios. Tonight we've got the review show, the preview show rather. We had the rating show as well yesterday. God, it was busy yesterday. The rating show, and you had Stel Warbly on for a couple of hours as well in the evening. It's turned down a little bit, a bit loud for me for a Tuesday. And tonight we've got the preview show for the Carabao Cup, which is tomorrow. The preview's tonight, but the game's tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure you're more than aware of our fixture list and our congested fixture list at the moment. But Anton will be joined by Matt, probably a guest. He probably gets a guest in, so that'd be fun. And it'd be, I think actually it's come at the right time. I think as sort of the general mood was a bit of deflation yesterday, but a good run out for the stiffs. I think that's what I used to call the second string. Will do us good as long as we don't get battered. As long as we don't get battered, even if it goes to penalties, moves and penalties. Oh, we've got penalties again. Shit. Mark can't take all five. But we'll I think it will help us out, and obviously it'll get us on a good momentum, good trajectory. When you say a word, it doesn't sound right. Trajectory. I think that's right. For Leeds away on Saturday. My birthday, the big 4-0. The big 4-0. I don't know if I've noted, if I've mentioned that, but yeah, I'm 40 this on Saturday. So feel free to send me a card or a bit of minge or something. Be gratefully received as always. Let's see if we've got in the chat today. We've got, I know Disabled's in the chat, got in nice and early. He did say everyone rather than, he did spell it right. Scott's in the, hope you're well. Scott, Pete, hope you're well. Reese, good afternoon. Gaza, hope you're well. I'm very well. Hope you are well too, my friends. Hope you dusted yourself off and started again. Kent 1-1 tomorrow night on Penn's Noble to score the winning penalty after Sunday. Wouldn't that be a nice fairy tale end? Nice fairy tale end to that match. Yeah. Oh, well. It's football, innit? It's football, and it's West Ham, innit? Christ, we've all supported West Ham for long enough in the tooth to know sometimes it just don't work for us. And it's always Man United. It's one way or the other. It's one way or the other. One way or t'other. But yeah, I mean, obviously Anton will be he'll do a proper preview of the show tomorrow, of the show of the show. He'll do a proper preview of the match tonight, 9 p.m. UK time. Then we'll have the watch along tomorrow with the review show afterwards, players' ratings. Thursday, we hope to do a live another one of those live Q&As with an ex-Hammer. Just confirming that, so that'll be fun. So there's something to do on Thursday as well. Keep you busy. And obviously, then my birthday celebrations begin. Everyone's talking to themselves. It's lovely. Peach in the house. Good afternoon. Good morning, Peach. Sorry, Luke. Good morning to you too, sir. Lots of people in the chat. Everyone talks to each other. I love it. Innit? I could probably just sit here and not say anything, and you guys would probably have a better time just chatting to each other on the chat. Fair enough. We won't talk much football today. We talked a lot of football yesterday. What's more importantly, what's everyone got for lunch? Hashtag Flo watch. Flo's still off sick. She's still not well, bless her. She's still got a cold. And Mrs. Budden's not well. And it's all looking very rosy for my birthday weekend now, isn't it? So yeah. And Spotty McSpot's still here as my guest presenter. He's still here, despite the fact I'm almost 40. I still get spots. It's because I'm young and heart, youthful. But no, it's all going well. So I think the issue, I mean, Perry's is a good point Kent makes, and I think it's a point that more than just a podcast raised on the podcast today. It could go to penalties tomorrow. And if it's at the end of the day, clearly, yes. And again, don't mean to talk about football again, but on Sunday, Moyes brought on Noble to do the job. So obviously he doesn't have confidence in the others. So we need 5 players to take a penalty at least, and we've got them. But then again, we're playing a different way. I reckon you'll see there'll be wholesale changes for Wednesday. Wholesale changes. I'd like to see a few of the youngsters given a run out as well. I'd like to see Okaflex given some minutes. But they lost 3-1, didn't they? The under-21s yesterday, and had relatively their strong side out. So be interested to see. What goes with it. So yeah, and it'd be nice to see Arioli getting a run out as well. I think, but we'll see. A slim fast milkshake. I have to cut this. What's that? Oh, that's what you've got for lunch. Okay, Pete. That makes perfect sense, my friend. Makes perfect sense. No pens, Antonio to boss the game. Antonio won't play. He won't play. He'll be in cotton wool for Saturday. There'll be no chance he'll be playing. He says. And then tomorrow he starts and scores a hat-trick. But no, I don't think he will. I don't think Moyes will risk him. I think it's evident, particularly from last year as well, how this is going to be. How the Carabao Cup is almost like a development cup. That's the way I see it, man. That's the way I see it. But and I think that's the way Moyes sees it as well. I mean, look at the difference last season. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's do a bit of research, shall we? Let's get a bit of Google up. Bit of Google. Right. So we do. If we do West Ham Newcastle last season, let's have Newcastle 2020, 2021 team. So it was, where was it? I don't want that one. I want the one we were really rubbishing. We were really rubbishing the first game of the season, but obviously I can't find it now. Let me go to the BBC website. But obviously the difference between that team and then the team that played in the Carabao Cup immediately afterwards was complete chalk and cheese, and I think you'll see a similar thing. But then again, our bench, like last game, it's not surprisingly strong, but it is very strong. So for me, I think it's not going to be as diverse as that game, and that sort of series of matches, but you're going to have a fair few changes. I'd love to see some of the youngsters given a run out, because I think it will just give us all a bit of a pip, a bit of pip, and also it gives you a slight out as well if we don't necessarily win. Well, we'll look at their team. I imagine Sancho might get a run out. £75 million of a player might get a run out. And ridiculous as it is, but that's probably what will happen. And I think that'll be the same true with us, in all honesty. Let me just have a look. So I'm trying to get the teams up from last time. Right, okay. I can do this. Don't worry. I can do this. Don't worry, buddy. I know you're not worried, but okay. Right. So Newcastle game. Okay. Right. Let me go full screen. Let's see if I can zoom in. Right. Anyway. So obviously, so last year for the Newcastle game, the first game of the season, we lost 2-0. Awful game. It was Fabianski, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Souček, Bryce, Bowen, Noble, Fornals, Antonio, right? So yeah, pretty much our first team. Then we played Charlton 3 days later, and obviously won 3-0. Randolph, Johnson, Balbuena, Diop, Masuaku, Cullen, Snodgrass, Yarmolenko, Lanzini, Anderson, and Haller. And then they brought an Ashby and Connor Coventry. Completely different. But maybe Diop. And I think Diop might be playing tomorrow. I reckon you'll have my team will be Areola in goal, and then it will be Areola in goal. I then have probably I may play Ben Johnson. I think someone else also might play Ben Johnson left back, or if not Masuaku left back, then Diop and Dawson, Fredericks as right back, and then you'll play. I'd have Kral and Noble. And then you'd have Lanzini. So now I'm struggling because I wouldn't want to play any of the boys. Lanzini, I'd probably play Okaflex, but I don't know. I'm struggling now. Maybe Masuaku, or maybe Masuaku playing on the left side of midfield. Masuaku, Lanzini, Okaflex, Yarmolenko up front. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a scratch side. James is totally different. Take their prisoners. Best team available. Confidence. Results breed confidence, don't they? So, I think, if we do get a good game in, Vlasic, I've got Vlasic, thank you. People got Vlasic. Hello, Dave. Normally wouldn't be bothered about this, but if Moyes wants to, is going to put things right. Yes, I know what you mean. But there'll be I would imagine he would have had an assumption of yeah. No, I know what you mean to say. Well, I know what you mean, man. It's almost like he wants to put things right. But then again, I said, I don't even blame Moyes. I blame no one on that. The penalty wasn't a great penalty, and as I said, it was a gamble. Declan Rice could have missed the penalty. And as I said yesterday, if Declan Rice missed the penalty yesterday on Sunday, everyone would have gone, we had Mark Noble on the bench. Why don't you just bring him on for the penalty? We would have said that. Similarly, because Noble's, and then we'll go, Declan Rice should have taken it. Declan Rice missed the last one last time, and no one's, everyone's missed it. We've missed quite a few penalties recently. And I think basically Moyes just threw a 6. He had the option. I think we would have all, if we were in the same position as Moyes, we would have done the same thing. No doubt. In hindsight, maybe not. But in the moment, we would have done that. Mark Noble's on the bench. He takes penalties. Pressure penalty. Off he goes. You know what I mean? I'm going to see Moyes going with 3 at the back tomorrow with wing backs. Okay, so you'll have Freddie. Ben Johnson can play one of the 3 in the back as well. He plays out for the under-23s quite a bit. So, maybe. I hope everyone turned off the gas. Apparently, we're going to run out in the UK by Christmas. Indeed. Run out of gas. You can just hook up more than just the podcast, guys. The amount of shit they talk. I'm joking. I love them. I'll give as good as I get. Who cares about this? We're focus on the league and you wait. Yeah, I know, tell, but just give it a go, innit? We've got to play it. We've got to play the game. Might as well, I know Okaflex played last night, so maybe he won't start, but I'd like to see him give him some minutes. Definitely. I really would. Yarmouth tomorrow, almost a cert. Oh dear, I want a strong team so we can beat them and wipe them cocky smirks. But it wouldn't be massive, mate. It wouldn't be, because they'll be like, we're only playing our second team. We had Tom Heaton in goal, and we had Linderoff, and we had, all these players, Sancho, all these Mata. We had all these bit players. We'll see. Afternoon, Simon. Well, in another universe, Lingard took the penalty 1-2-1. Indeed, yeah, exactly. Could you imagine if it was a complete flip reverse? He would have buried that. He would have taken that ball off him and buried it. Declan Rice, awful penalty taker. I just think someone needs to sort themselves out. Apparently, Vlasic is a good penalty taker, but he was on the pitch. Would he have taken it? A bit early days. People say Ben Rama takes them, Cressel's taking them, Soucek takes them. We've got them, but. Lunch for Simon is a ham salad roll with a bakery, pack of Sylvia McCoy's, the greatest crisp, and whatever chocolate and drinks are left in the canteen at the office. So Simon's going on the scrounge a bit later on. It's good to see. Mandy, hope you're well, my friend. Back and forth from the kitchen. Oh dear, oh bless you. I do if Fredericks would have come on rather than Yama, just to put him. Yeah, I thought Flash would come on for Yama. Pace is what wins games nowadays, isn't it? It's all about the teams who've got really quick people, and no doubt Flash is the quickest guy we've got. And if you play him in more of an advantage, a bit like the way Moyes used to play Masuaku, he was more for his attacking qualities than his defensive qualities. And that's the same too with Fredericks, I'd say. So maybe Masuaku and Fredericks as wing backs wouldn't be a bad shout on Wednesday. But then he's changing formations. But then I don't think it's a bad thing to change a formation. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. That's the way I like it. Howard, come on, all you irons. Exactly. Afternoon. Hope you are, my friend. What have we got for lunch? As long as it doesn't go to penalty, Simon. Indeed. What's Simon got for lunch? Let's find out. I can't wait to see a bit of pace in the team tomorrow. Ryan Fredericks, number 1 fan, is Wally World. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you are very, very well. Nice to see you. What are we going to do today? We're going to do some play a bit of cards later. Then I'll give you guys some homework for Thursday. On Thursday, we have our quiz. Quiz day Thursday. As I said, tonight we've got Anton doing the preview show with Matt, 9:00 UK time. Tomorrow we'll have the build-up, the watch-along, the review show, maybe the rating show as well. So a whole evening of just us. whole evening of just us. Lucky me, lucky you. And then Thursday we'll have the lunchtime show, the matchday debrief. Pardon me, and then we'll do, and then in the evening, I hope we do another live Q&A where we get an ex-player, and basically it's up to you guys to ask questions. So I'm just confirming because they were meant to come on last week, but he wasn't very well, so hopefully he's better. But we've got a couple of really interesting My Hammers 11 X players lined up in the next couple of weeks. Got one lined up for next week and the week after as well. Some nice ones, and we're working on some biggies as well. So keep an eye out. And obviously, there's all the bloody games as well, isn't it? But then you got Friday. You got preview for the Saturday show on Friday. Oh, it's just there's so much football at West Ham at the moment, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Kent has a whole box of fish fingers and salad. Very good. Now, I don't mind. I don't like fish. I don't mind a fish finger. It's not my first choice, but mate, I wouldn't have it as I'd have it as a sandwich. I might have a fish finger sandwich for lunch. I did Flo. Flo likes this thing at the moment with potato waffles because obviously I cook them in the toaster now. So much easier. Potato waffles with cheese and beans. It's like a real quick jacket potato, type thing. She loves it. Dave reckons Zario, Fredericks, Johnson, Noble, Masuaku, Lanzini. That's pretty much what I said, I think, mate. Apart from Vlasic, I completely forgot about Vlasic. I think he'll give Vlasic some minutes on tomorrow. Definitely. Just to get that momentum going. I think not a lot. I reckon they'll take him off to 60 because they want to keep him for Leeds. Leeds, in terms of our momentum, Leeds is a really critical game for us. Now, usually the boys win on my birthday. We usually play Tottenham at home on my birthday or there or thereabouts, but they usually do all right on my birthday. So hopefully I'll have a word. It's my 40th, by the way, if you hadn't heard. So hopefully they will try extra hard. But that game is critical, not to get a draw, but to get a win. And it's probably the best team to play, I think, because they'll play out, with a Ellen Road crowd as well. It'll be a really good game, I think, that Leeds game. Really good. Smoked tofu salad and a cup of tea. Ooh la la. The bar's been raised. Very, very, very posh. There's smoked. I suppose you have to put some sort of flavour into tofu, don't you, really? Luke's got then total contrast. Luke's got Tesco chicken soup. Roll for dipping. Buttered. Is the roll buttered? Seeing my mum for the first time in 2 years today. Not COVID-19. I'm just a bad son. I'm sad, my old man, to be honest. Although I do so try to see him once every few months, to be honest. But yeah, I know what you mean. We're going to say, I am with Russ on coffee. I don't understand how anyone can drink it. There we go. Only 10. Only 10 what? Only 10 what? I don't know. What you're talking about. You mentioned fish. I was only 10 fish fingers. 10 fish fingers. Who mentioned fish? I know. Red wine for me, Wally. Hey, good son. Well done, Kieran. That's what I like to see. So it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. So Peach is going for a 3 at the back. Baptiste, Diop, Dawson, Masuaku, Carl Noble, strikers. I missed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? I think you're one player too short. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're only going to play with 8 players, Peach. You might want to get a couple more of them, just in case, man. Just in case. 11 fish fingers, good effort. Oh, 10. I mean, 10 fish fingers. Oh, that sounds like some song. 10 fish fingers in Kent's oven. I had a crisp sandwich. What crisps, though, Disable? What crisps did you have? It has to, for a crisp sandwich. It's got to have some oomph into it. It got some oomph into it. I looked at getting you a cameo birthday, but Chesney said no. Chesney doesn't need. Me and Ches don't need one, man. Ches don't need one. Ches is a friend of the show, as you know. Bit of a revelation. You never had any ever. How did you do? I know I don't. David, I don't. I know it's a revelation. Never. I just don't drink hot drinks. Don't drink hot drinks. Never have, never will. In the winter, I'm not a cold. Some people, I think it was basically playing so many. When I used to play rugby and football, for years, I'm always in shorts and flip flops. You know, I really am. I'm really sort of, I'll be in them till almost November. You know what I mean? So it's I just don't feel the cold really. But yeah, but isn't it when you're hot, you're meant to have a hot drink as well? It cools you down from the inside. But no, I'm just not one of those. Even I even like bulk at like Lemsip, warm Lemsip. Cheat. The worst crisps, in my opinion. Not a big fan of cheese and onion. Salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar or what's it sandwich. Now, what's it sandwich? That I can get on board with that. Steak McCoys. I just literally quickly nabbed a quick packet actually. Indeed. For a crisp sandwich though, is there too much crunch? Too much purchase? I would say you'd want to go with a Walker's or a Tato's. John from Ireland sent me a big box of Tato crisps, like this big, which we're starting to work our way through. But yeah, interesting. A beer can sandwich for me when I'm up. Very, very good. Yes. You cannot say a beer can sandwich without sounding Jamaican. Can you say bacon sandwich? Surely you have not. Not even a hot. No. It'd be a cold chocolate Nesquik really for me. Maltese cheese and pea cakes for lunch for the rest of the week. Very posh. Ariola, Frederick, Zuma, Dawson, Arthur, Kral, Nova, yeah, Antonio, interesting. Apologies for the penalties message. I'm still brass off, especially with it all with a pub full of Manx. Simon, mate, you've been a West Ham fan long enough, mate, innit? We know these things happen. And as I said, in another infinite universe, Moyes would have rolled that six, rolled those dice and got a double six. And we would have said, what a fantastic person he is. Russ just loves showing off his big calves. They're not that big. Anton wasn't impressed. Walker's beef in South. Oh, I think that's just a step up. I mean, steak McCoys are great on their Todd, but I think as a crisp sandwich, I think you're right. Lingard to start is my guess. I'm pretty sure it's nailed on. He'll start, to be honest. But the rest of the team, no idea of Man United. As I said, they're probably. I reckon the Sancho will play, which is I'll just throw out a £75 million player. Meetings, how A describes all his meetings. Yeah, very very good. Would be in his own. Indeed. Old Anton. I'm trying to figure out his computer today. Bless him. It's not easy when you're like doing it Zoom thing, trying to sort him out for his preview show. But no, he's getting there. We're getting there. And again, apologies for anyone who tuned in on Sunday. Firstly, apologies for the cameraman, Steliakos. Very good. But as I said, I had a complete mare. I literally forgot everything. I forgot everything on Sunday. I forgot my tripod. I forgot my mics. I forgot everything. Just one of those days. One of those days. And then, then the game. But anyway, back stronger. We've got a few ideas we're going to try out. We're going to test out a few ideas. Stel tried doing one. I did a test yesterday, trying to use it as a different application, see if that works better. And then, but it means it better because it's a really cool thing to do. Being able to get instant reactions and come live from the supporters club and talk to the people at the supporters club and get their views straight away rather than necessarily interviewing them and then waiting for a few hours. We like the immediacy. Very, very privileged to be able to do that there. So we're trying to find the best way for that to happen. So I appreciate everyone's comments. I think Neil from Down Under didn't like the video quality, and I do apologise, Neil. But there was nothing we could do. Cameraman, well, that's just still. I don't blame Moyes for the penalty. I blame Moyes for trusting players. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I know what you mean. Silly Arcos messed it up. He did. The pound shop doesn't have much choice, though. Well, I think the pound shop would always have a ready sorted, a cheese and onion, and a salt and vinegar option, surely. So any of them would do, or a cheesy puff. How does type with his hands like a small digger? I don't know. Big lad. I knew he was big, but he was big, but tall, really tall. Okay, so Peach is now counting the players now. So he's gone for numbers. So he knows he's counting 11. So he's gone for Diop, Baptiste, Dawson, Fedric, Masuaku, Kral, Noble, Okaflex, Vlasic. Interesting. How early was you at the ground? Well, silly o'clock. So it's 2 o'clock kickoff. So we start the checks at 10 o'clock. So I'm usually then I'll get through like the get my security pass and stuff. So I'm usually at the ground. I'll be at the ground about 9 for the 2 o'clock kickoff. That's my sort of workout. Ariola, Cresswell, Baptiste, Fredericks. I think there's a lot of love for Baptiste coming in. Be interesting. Zuma, interesting to see. I think Cresswell. I think it's a game too far for Cresswell. Benny. I mean, he went off at 60 minutes, didn't he? I think there'll be a surprise. I would love to see Okaflex give some time. I think he's the type of guy who would excite us. A bit like last season when Ashby came on. He looked really good and he came in against Charlton, and then we played Hull. We beat him was it 5-1 or something like that. He started and looked bloody good. Are you using the Wi-Fi? We've just got the Wi-Fi code like today, so we're going to go and be trying that. So I think on the Rapid Vienna game, we can't because they're not open after the game, but during that before game, I think Anton and Stella both there are obviously be doing their thing in the ground, but they're going to try a number of different things. So it might be a trial and error, but we're going to get there because we want it to get to work perfectly, and also something which we can do when we go away. Because sometimes when we're going like Leeds away or whatever, and it's you want to hear from the crowd and see the crowd, and we have the opportunity to do that. But if its signal's crap, then it's crap, and there's no point doing it. Still reckons it's a good shout for penalty takers. He does take free kicks. He does. I think Declan Rice is a good. I mean, but you just got to give him. You got to keep him going. How many away fans have we got? I think 7. I think we had 8,000 allocation. I think 7,000 or something like that has already been sold. I think Scampi and lemon knickknacks is a sandwich for me. Fair play. I mean, a knickknack is a strong choice. Ken, the Scampi flavour. I'm not a fan of knickknacks, but that's a bold choice. In it, it's not like you haven't gone like safe with sort of video crisp or ready sorted. You've gone whole hog there. And I imagine for the crisp sandwich, you'd have to go with just like a standard issue white bread. Anything sort of like anything granary, anything wholemealy just wouldn't cut it. I think it has to be standard, same as fish finger sandwich. Got to be standard issue white bread. Come on, who's on the bench? How many goalkeepers? Yeah, indeed, yeah. How many goalkeepers go over the bench? As the question is the sports club or at or near. So it's literally sports club is next to. It's called. It's in the last drop, Wally. So when you come to a game, if you're walking up from Stratford Station, there's like as you cross over the bridge, there's like it looks where the orbital slide is. There's a building there, which is like a cafe type thing. That's a pub called it's a bar called the Last Drop, and the supporters club. That's the sport club. So it's literally the closest bar before getting to the stadium. So it's really, really cool. I'm literally in there. I mean, I've never been there, and for the last few games, I've obviously got my membership and stuff, and I probably stop play out about 5:05 usually, and I'm usually in the supporters club by about 10 past. 10 past, quarter past. No, about quarter past, 20 past. Take about 15 minutes to get there. Scampi fries. There we go. Hello, James. What do you think of Man U sitting fans? Cause a few issues. How do we stop this happening with other clubs in the future? I don't think you can, man. I think the thing is if you give people options to resell their tickets, then you will. I mean, literally where I was in my box, the first in my eye line, the first guy in the corner, he had a Man United top on. Big lad. I wouldn't have said anything to him. He's a big lad. And it was like, well, fair play. I was like, well, firstly, I was going to him. I'm thinking he's got some serious balls doing that. But seriously, you'd imagine there'd be some sort of protocol or something like that. But it's I don't think there's anything you can do really. It's the same as say you go to I'm talking to one of my friends at work. She's a QPR fan, but she's in the Everton end tonight. Well, it's like, well, how can you can't stop that? In the same way that, say, there's people who, I don't know, I wouldn't say he would, but say John from Irons Point Foodbacks, he'll be at the game on Wednesday. Say he can get a ticket in the thing, and he knows someone at Manchester because it's near him. He'd get a ticket, and we've all done it the other way, where you maybe had a friend who's a season ticket holder, and at the club you've been at, and you go there. You just have to. But it's the blatant wearing the shirt, I think. There's nothing you can do about it, I think. What's your thoughts on the game? And do you think we'll give? I think we will, Sean. I think we really will, man. I think we will, because I think, for me, I think our second string is good, and I think it matches their second string. So I think it'll be a good game. See if you can split and give you your own channel on the router. Well, that's what we're going to try and do. I mean, the thing is, no one has access to the Wi-Fi code apart from us. But apparently, it's not a very good Wi-Fi signal. So the idea is to try that. We're going to try, because obviously we do this on a system called StreamYard. But you can do stuff live through YouTube Live. That might mean you're taking up less bandwidth potentially. There's also the option of getting a 5G booster, which we're going to be testing as well, hopefully. And if that works, that'd be great, because then we can use that when we go away and stuff. Don't want any injuries for everybody's picked. Totally agree. It'll be trial and error. It will be, but Anton will be there hopefully to hold his hand, because I don't want them to do that together. They're not as bad. I used to put a Wi-Fi dongle when I'm out and about to update reports of my work. Use that for away games, and that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and get a. We're going to try. I mean, that's what's going to have to happen. We're going to have to invest in a dongle, or just you can get those 5G dongles, can't you now? Sean's got one, so we're going to see if we can try that, see if it works. But it's something we need to invest, as you said, for the away games. It's not necessary we can get the sports club to work, but it's not that. It's the away games that we're worried about. I managed to get then it wouldn't work. Indeed. Yeah. I mean, the last game last week. When was it? The Crystal Palace game. There was an issue with the Wi-Fi. It went down, didn't it? I think so. Everyone was like, "This doesn't bode well." Is there any membership left left for the supporters left? Are there? Oh, is it for the sports club? Yes, of course. Go to the. I haven't got the information here typically, but West Ham Sports Club, and you can become a member. Definitely recommend becoming a member rather than trying to get in on a day, because they turn around people. They basically turn them away if they haven't got tickets on the day, because you can pay. It used to be able to pay on the door, but the best way is just to. I think it's 25 quid for your first membership, and that's for the year, and then the following year it's 20 quid because you get your card, and makes things a lot easier. Come on, Russ, what's your predicted lineup? Areola, and then I'm going to go. I think I did at the beginning. Areola, and then I did. Then I said Johnson. I went Areola, Johnson, Diop. No, yeah, Johnson, Diop, Dawson, Fredericks. Then I went Kral, Noble. Then I went Masuaku, and then I did Lanzini. Then I did Okaflex, and then I did Yarmolenko up front. We'll see. There's a Man U fan in our section wearing a Man U, but Stuart took him away. Not sure if it was still or he got ejected. I think they sort of, if they kicked off, then I think it's awkward, because it's a trouble. That's always the way when you play Man United, isn't it? So it's the tourist fans, and yeah. And the fact that, when Ronaldo's playing, and there'll be people who support just Ronaldo rather than necessarily supporting Man United or West Ham. They'll follow the player rather than necessarily the team. Should we play any goals? I hope so. For anyone shirts we're going to be removed. Then another issue for us not owning the stadium or employing the stewards. I think it's for me. I just think it's different. It's just awkward, isn't it? When there's 60,000 people and they're one person at a time. I just don't know. I just don't know what you can do about it, man. Me and Barney away end. It's like her lane. West Ham. We were seeing bubbles. Good, yep, good man. We can't beat a thick bit of slice with proper butter and chip shop. Oh, chip shop chips. Indeed. Do you want my mate to nick you a TV Sky truck? Could you imagine with like West Ham Network like emblaze on it? Bring it in, boys. Just for Stell. Just put an aerial Stell. Just use him as a human. I mean, he's the thinnest one out of all of us, to be honest. We could put like put a couple of coat hangers on his head, and yeah, sorted. Streaming might lag with a dongle unless you've got an expensive one. I think it's going to be an issue, but that's why I think that's why I need to try a few things. We're going to try him. Not bad lineup. Young doesn't need to prove himself, but might kick up the season. Never know, man. NFL all match, yeah, they are mixed, and same as basketball and baseball, really, all Americans. But the other ones that's not really mixed as much is the MLS, really, isn't it? Really, did everyone when at school used to buy a bloomer, eat the middle of the bread, then get a bag of chips and fill it? Wow, that sounds great, Rob. Bit dry though, wouldn't it? Be a bit dry. But anyway, showing your age. I'm in the West End. I was in the West End. There's quite a lot of Man United fans there. Yep, by the sounds of it, was a few everywhere, to be honest. Got a Snickers and a Millionaire Shortbread. And Millionaire Shortbread. I love a bit of Millionaire Shortbread. And what else? I like the shortbread with the chocolate chips in. Chocolate chips and shortbread. Fantastic. Big fan of that. Big fan. And also, did anyone see with Noble's penalty, the encroachment of the Man United players? Someone took a picture. Just saying, if it was the other way around, they'd have retaken it. Stand still on Anton's shoulders. Should get good coverage of that. Indeed. Good point. That would definitely clear the roof. But we want to make sure we get a good. But it's not just now; it's future proofing it, so we can keep this going. So we can do other stuff from the supporters club if need be further down the line. Indeed, same as rugby. All fans, cricket, they all mix. As long as we rest our key players, good chance for some of the youngsters to come through. I totally, and that's what I think we need to do, because that's what gave us. Because as I said, and I'm just going back to last season, but obviously we had those two with Newcastle game and the Arsenal game. We were both very, very poor. But the Carabao Cup games kept us going a little bit. Do you know what? We kept the momentum going, and seeing like the youngsters come through. It's not just the result, but it's us as a club and how we're progressing. So if you've got a really good second string playing, our squad ain't so sort of threadbare. If we then have a few sort of sprinkling of youth team players. Again, that's it's encouraging. Got stars have been waiting long enough, indeed. Millionaire Shortbread from the Co-op. I like the chocolate chip ones, and I like making them as well. I haven't done baking for ages. We all know foot can't be tracked is not like rugby or NFL. You're totally right, my friend. Who remembers the Knickerbocker glory in the Wimpy? A bender in the bun. There's still Wimpy in Hornchurch. I know, James. There's a lot of football chat here. We are trying to talk about Wimpy and stuff as well. And was it last week we just spent the whole time talking about British sitcoms? Because of that, I literally binge watched the whole of Phone Shop rather. Brilliant. So much fun. So funny. I forgot how some really good episodes. Really what I can flex in the cup game. Seems like to get to be a top player if he works hard. I think that's a good point though, Harley. If he works hard, that's where I think he's had issues before. He was at Arsenal and they let him go, and so. But as I said, when I've seen him play the 23s, he's got a real swag about him, and I love players with swagger. As I said, most people just trap it on the inside. He Rabona traps it. He's just like, I love all those types of. He's got the confidence to do it. After Sunday's game, Moyes might want payback, so watch his space. Indeed, I'd give Oxflex a run out. I had a Knickerbocker glory about 5 years ago. Not as you remember. The tin fruit isn't very nice. Wasn't Wimpy though. Well, there you go. I remember the Coke floats at Wimpy. Cool. Remember used to do. They used to have. It was the king size, didn't they? It wasn't a Big Mac. It was a king size. Used to call them, didn't they? Yeah, king size. If I remember. I really wish Ashby went on loan. He's too good for the 23s. I agree. There was talk of him going to Celtic, wasn't there? We're going to have to race the Man United fans back to London. Indeed, obviously that's for it. That was the trouble. That's why there was so much traffic on the road. It took me ages to get back from London Stadium because all the Man United fans come the same way as us. Get Matt to stand atop of the red metal slide. Great idea. Great idea. A bit like Doc Brown in Doc Brown in what's the name? The Back to the Future. 1.21 gigawatts and him at the top. Yeah, I mean, Matt's similar to me. We'll have fun. He won't have fun. We won't be able to go on the slide. Let's be honest, me and him. But yeah, get him on top with like a dish, and then Alf can like have his motorbike there. He can have a generator, just so you guys can hear Stell talking. Sounds great. We've had enough depth to rotate for the clubs. The quadruple is still on. I know it is. It is, Toby. Although the undefeated season is gone, the invincible season is gone, the quadruple is still on. It is still on. Phone shop. It was brilliant. Honestly, I rewatched it. I think it was last week, Toby. You have to watch it. We literally spent the whole show talking about British sitcoms. I can't remember how we started the discussion, but it was all talking about everything and all this stuff. And Phone Shop came up, and I completely forgot about the Phone Shop. So I had to go out and I binge watched. Was it 3 series on that? And absolute class. What do you all think about Thomas Muller for loan in January? No. You can sort of, with all of our, I mean, when we get into silly season, I think last season, summer we had about 100 and something players we were linked with, and we signed 4. And I think as soon as they come out, you look at them, go, is he over 30? Yes. Well, no. I wouldn't be surprised if we put another thing for Jaylings, but I don't know. Who knows, man? I think the original Knickerbocker just had a few strawberries. Very nice. More Man United fans in London than Manchester. Indeed, my gran used to take us to Wimpy because it came on plates. We now just all stuff it in our fat faces. We just eat out of buckets now, don't we? KFC, the only place where it's acceptable to order a bucket of chicken. Yes. Oh, yes. Bit of Wimpy, bit of class. Cutlery. Oh, love it. Last time I went to Old Trafford, the announcer asked the away fans to remain was their first. I said only fair as they had to travel further. Indeed, you'll make me hungry. Melted cheesy nachos with taco sauce and breakfast. Jesus, your belly. Jesus, man. Yoga's not bad. Just tucking into some Cajun chicken pasta on my break. Nice. They used to have a Tizer float. I haven't finished the cleaner yet. Actually, I'm on episode 4 or 5. Because then there's I've still watched. I'm still 2 behind on the Premier League story, but I watched them tomorrow on my way to and from work, and it was Silent Witness last night. So I love myself some Silent Witness. I'm on episodes. I've just finished 4, so I've got 5 and 6 to go. Love myself from Silent Witness. Harley is a great finisher, but lacks pace now. He does. Excellent corners, good shout. Grands were happy to have a coffee and a few of your chips. It was a comfy environment. Very true, it was. Who remembers root beer at McDonald's, and who the hell liked medicine? Martial for me on loan, massive point to prove. Having a Costco hot dog, and are you getting the free drink with it? That's the question. Manx have now said several players available in January would be welcome him after that. I think we still would, Ironclad. I think we still would. I would, especially on Sunday, scored a worldie. Apparently want Bowen. Everyone wants Bowen, it seems. Isn't Carroll still available? Bless him. Yeah, always got to get a Costa. Might start Desmond today or tomorrow. When do we next play in Europe? Next Thursday at home. The Muller-Rice combination. Oh, it's Muller-Rice, isn't it? Muller-Rice, brilliant. Muller would be a good 6 months, nothing more. Such a come player and tons of it. But then, thinking about it, the Lingard effects, in essence, I know he was 4th. We were 4th before he came and but still, he turns up and solidified that team, gave it an extra boost and got ourselves into Europe. Maybe it could happen. Russ doesn't care about likes, Mandy. As long as you guys like it, that's not my bother. If you don't like it, then fair enough. You don't have to watch it. But I'm not like Stell. We want to like target. That's not me. This is more chilled. This is not the flagship show. This is more of a. I like to see it. You know, like I look at this show very similar to like Loose Women on ITV. You know what I mean? Where it's like we might talk about some things that are topical, or we might just talk about what sandwiches you like. But whatever it is, we'll have 45 minutes of just craziness. You know what I mean? We'll do some homework in a minute. The days are away days in the car. I'm fighting a bunch of hammers in the same little chef on the motorway. He thrives on our pain, and so I do. Friendly chat. That's what it is, Mandy. It's friendly chat. It's friendly chat. There's no agenda. There's nothing to talk about. We try and do the quiz on Thursdays. He missed the corner one, so it might make so it made it more obvious. A bit like Sunday lunch, Sunday brunch. Indeed. That's what I like. Because sometimes we give consumer tips. Sometimes we give tips on how to. I said tips. Sometimes we get. It's not that type of show. It's not past 9 o'clock yet. Sometimes we might, cookery. What's your favourite chocolate bar? That's what it is. It's a bit of light relief. I said light relief, not hand relief. And then, as I said, what we do is we give you, and as Ludders alluded to, we do some homework. So today, so last week we did a West Ham roast 11, Sunday roast 11. So we had people like Robert Greens, people like that. And I thought, well, we've had dinner. What about desserts? So for Thursday, we're going to do a West Ham dessert 11. West Ham dessert 11. So I'm thinking Declan Rice pudding. It's a bit obvious, isn't it? Declan Rice pudding. I'm thinking Steve Petty Potts. That's not bad off the top of my head. That's what I'm thinking. A West Ham dessert. A West Ham dessert 11. So ice creams and all those types of things. Minge, yeah. Just say the word minge. We do minge very well on this show. We do. If there's, let's be honest, we do. It's lunch. It's lunch with Frost show. That's what it is. Peach pie. Ben Johnson's beautiful for new content. Good on him. Yeah. Don't give them all. Don't Aaron Bakewell. Just don't give them all now. Gary Ice Bream. Issa ice cream. Yes. Do you have an egg? Do you have an egg and cress sandwich for a dessert? You might do. Fair play. That's what I'm thinking. I think I think it's a slightly, it's a bit of a gimme one. I think this week. I think there's lots of different types of desserts. As you said, we've got tiramisu. Tiramisu check. Yeah, very good. Yeah, but don't tell me them now. Tell me on Thursday. As I said, tonight we've got Anton doing a preview show of the Carabao Cup game against Man United on Wednesday. Tomorrow we've got, obviously, we'll have a My Hammers 11 rewind because there's no lunchtime show. Still reckons he's doing a daily, but we'll wait and see about that. Probably not. But we'll definitely have the build-up, matchday build-up, the matchday watch-along. We'll also have the reactions, probably might even do the ratings, try and get all in one day if we can. And then I'm back Thursday, 12:30 UK time for our quiz day Thursday. But also we'll do the homework as well. And then we'll do, hopefully, Thursday, we'll have a live Q&A in the evening with an ex-Hammer. And I quite like them. Yeah, again, very similar, no structure. You guys talk about, you guys ask questions and we get them on. And we'll try and do that. I would be happy for 2 Arianas for pudding. I bet you would, Howard. I bet you would, son. Thursday, that's not today, indeed. Vladimir Souffle. See, not now, Andrew. Just come back Thursday. Write them down. This is basically what James will do now. So James will basically spend the next 2 days not talking to his wife or his partner. He'll be doing these, laughing to himself, and then he'll come about 50. And then he'll be salty because he'll lose the thing. But very good. Very, very. So you have to make sure you come back and say it. Doesn't count that, Toby. It's Tuesday indeed. Any chance of an interview with Sir Trev? David, we're working on Trev coming on. He will eventually be coming on, but we don't know when. Basically, but we'll try. My mum is staying with us. Unlikely. Oh, get your mum involved. Get Mrs. Farmer involved. Let's get the whole family involved. But anyway, I'm gonna have to go, guys. We'll play some cards as well this week as well. It's time has rushed by, which is lovely. As I said, 9 p.m. tonight. Make sure you check it out. Hit the bell icon. Don't forget to do that, so you know when we're putting any of the content on. It's very, very easy to do. Literally, just hit the bell icon. That reminds me of the Stoney when he keeps saying wait. I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. Let's just take that off. And as I said, we're back here nice and early. Russ are the owners of that game still. Russ are the owners at the game. Yeah, of course so. Yeah, that would be great, Russ. Cool, keep it clean. Can we have on here? Got a few questions for her. No, Betty, no. And don't forget, well, it's my birthday on Saturday as well. As I said, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone for contributing as always again. And we'd like to thank everyone and all our Barmy members as well. Take care. Bye-bye.